Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Primal Liquid, and in this video I'm going to show you guys the best and the fastest way to farm money in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, before we get started, there are a couple of things to note, however. The first one is cuisine. Now, we're going to be using a unique full course bonus called Rags to Riches. And what this does is this converts all prizes to money prizes. Now, there is a slight lie in that it doesn't convert everything to money, because you do still actually get synthesis material drops. The only things that are converted is HP, focus and NP drops. So rather than getting any of that, it's all going to be turned into money. Now, if you don't know how to get all the different full course bonuses, take a look down in the description and that will be a link there which shows you how to easily get any bonus that you want. Other than that, if you want to, you can use the prize proliferator as well. However, that does yield a little bit less money per hour. Total differences isn't that high though. For example, if you wanted to use prize proliferator, you would get between 1,200 and 1,500 money per fight. And if you were using Rags to Riches, you would get between 1,400 and 2,000 per fight. Now that the actual food course bonus is out of the way, there is a really good accessory that I highly recommend, and that is the gold amulet. The reason for that is the ability money converter, and what this does is it converts all money prizes to medium or large money prizes, and the difference this makes is pretty massive. Now, you know how I mentioned roughly how much money you would get with that food buff? Well, this pretty much doubles that for both of them, so it's quite a big increase. Unfortunately, it doesn't really stack to give more like chances at large money prizes or anything like that, so you do only just need the one. So, with all that out of the way, the main thing that we want to be looking for now is large quantities of enemies. And the best place I have found for that is actually in the Keyblade Graveyard in one of the maze areas, so that's the Skein of Severance. Now, you can use pretty much any of these three locations because the battle gate we're going to be using is actually located at all three. Now, as you can see there, I have 0 money at the moment. So once we get through this Battlegate 0, unfortunately, you are going to be held back by the load times on this. So if you have an SSD in your console, this is going to be much faster and you are going to be earning much more. So, Battlegate 0, it has a large amount of very easy enemies. There's no boss monsters, so you can very quickly just slaughter everything. Now, obviously, because of how we're using the actual food buffs, we don't really need to worry too much about getting money or anything like that. We're just going to quickly clear out the waves. Now, personally, I use Thunderger for this, just because it's that little bit faster than the actual Ultima Weapon Shotlock animation, so it does save a little bit of time there. So, that's one fight out of the way. The fight took about 30 seconds with the load times. You're looking at about a minute per run here. So that would allow you to basically get 60 runs in an hour. Now, let's take a look at how much money I earned. So there we go, that's 2,110. However, that was with the prize proliferator. So let's just quickly change that over to Rags to Riches, and we'll see just how easy it is to really rack up a lot of money with this. However, just to make things simple, I'm just going to quickly, buy a bunch of items, get rid of all that money so we can see exactly how much I make in a very simple way. So, we're back down to 0 money now. Let's jump back into Battlegate 0. I've changed my food over to Rags to Riches. So, let's take a look with another quick run of Battlegate 0. Hopefully this time I won't be sort of locked with the few little Heartless that actually managed to get away from the Thunderger. Typically, you can pretty much kill the first wave and 2 Thundergers, and then, there we go, like that. You get the third wave right in front of you. Okay, now we'll just use a Thunder Surf, finish this all off. Or not, there's one more enemy somewhere, there we go. Yeah, unfortunately that can happen every now and again. A flying enemy can simply evade the Thunderger or the Thunderzer, which means you can end up looking around for him a little bit. But that is somewhat rare. If you use Thunderzer pretty much in the middle of the arena, you're pretty much guaranteed to kill it. So I'd still say about a minute to run. So let's take a look. And there we go, 2,365 money. Now, obviously, as you can see, there's very little difference between Rags to Riches and Prize Proliferator. However, the main difference in money income is actually based on the accessory, the gold amulet. Because, obviously, with Money Converter, it converts all money prizes to medium or large. Which means you can go a whole run, get no larges and nothing but mediums. Which means you're going to get the low end of the amount of money earned. However, you also might get, all large. Unfortunately, that is the way RNG works. Typically, you will get between 2,300 and 3,500 money using this method per run. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, let's use a 1 minute per run average. Using a base 2,400 money per clear, that will give you 144,000 money per hour. Now, obviously if you have an SSD, taking into account a little randomness in the money you earn, it's very, very reasonable to expect to earn around 200 to 250,000 money per hour. But again, if you have an SSD, the load times are going to be much, much quicker. So I would expect in the region of around 300 to 350,000 money per hour. But that's where I'm going to end this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then leave a like and a comment down below. And of course, if you're new around here, then hit that subscribe button. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.